This is the third problem in our Understanding Fork series. So in the first and second problem, we have understood the bare basics of fork, how they work, how they create a new process. In this problem, we are going to understand how to solve these kinds of problems when multiple forks are arranged one after another in a sequential manner. So to understand this, let's try out a sub-problem of it. Let's try out with 2 forks, and then we will try to understand what happens in 3 forks, what happens in 4 forks. So let's try it out. See, if we are given these 2 fork statements, this is our parent program. So first of all, main will start executing, then this fork will execute. As soon as it executes, it creates a new process, a new child process. So this is, let's say it, child 1. Now when this child process will start executing, it won't execute this line of fork. It has already been executed. So it will execute this line of fork. So when this line of fork, the second line, will execute in the child 1, it will create its own child. So this is, let's say it, child 2. When child 2 is executing, these 2 upper forks, line 1 and line 2, won't execute, and the print statement would execute, and something would be printed to the console. So there is one print. Now this print statement is still to be executed, so this one is also to be printed, second print. And these two child processes are completely done, child 1 and child 2. Now if we look into the parent process, the first fork has been executed, but the second fork and the print statement are still to be done. So let's execute the second line, the second fork statement. As soon as it is executed, it creates its own child process. So let's say that it creates the child 3. In this also we will have fork, then fork, and at last we will have a print statement. Since the second statement in the parent has been executed, it will start executing the next line, which is the print statement. So this print statement will get executed and something would be printed to the console. So this is the third time something is printed. And if we go back to the parent process now, then we will see that the third line, the printf line, is still to be executed. So it will print something to the console. So there are in total 4 printing to the standard out. So if we have 2 fork, we have seen that there will be 4 std outs. Now let's try it out in the compiler and try to get a pattern, if there exists a pattern. Let's try with just a single fork. Yeah, it prints 2 hello world. So if there is one fork, there would be 2 prints. So let's remove this world, and I am adding one more fork statement. This time it prints 4 hello. So it is obvious, we can understand a pattern, that it is following some kind of pattern. When the number of fork is 1, it prints 2 hello world. When the number of fork is 2, it prints 4. So it is following some kind of pattern, no? Let's add one more. Yeah, this time it has printed 8 hello worlds. That means that it could follow the pattern 2 to the power n, and indeed it follows a pattern 2 to the power n. Since there are 3 fork statements, it will print hello 8 times and the answer would be 8.